Hi there, I'm Cathay Wagantall. I'm Member of Parliament for Yorkton Melville, and I just want to share something with you today that I find very, very troubling. I have a concern to express on behalf of our hardworking farmers who are working so hard right now to harvest their crops, get everything in as frost is coming throughout the riding. You know, we all owe our farm families a debt of gratitude. They put food on our tables across the country and around the world. And I think we've discovered how important that is even more during this COVID crisis. It goes without saying that their time is extremely precious at the best of times, let alone especially when it's time to get the crops off. And their federal government should be there for them when they need their help. Unfortunately, that has not been the case. Around my riding, farmers and small business owners have been frustrated by how difficult it is to speak to the federal government about their Canada Emergency Business Account applications. The Liberals set up a hotline last month to deal with questions about the status of applications, why applications have been declined, or why a specific document may have been rejected. Just a little bit of background, though. The Liberal government established the CEBA in April, to assist businesses with expenses that couldn't be deferred or avoided during the pandemic, right? So the program promised up to $40,000 interest-free loans to small businesses and not-for-profits administered through financial institutions, both banks and credit unions, thanks to the pressure of the Conservatives. In June, the list of eligible businesses was expanded. So this is June, 3 months later. It was expanded to include owner-operators that don't have a payroll, sole proprietors, and others. And that includes many of our farmers. These were decisions that the Conservatives supported. Of course we did. It meant that more small businesses would be eligible for support that we identified right off the bat should have been included in April. So CEBA has been a very popular program, and rightfully so. Small businesses and farmers are the engine of our economy, and they needed to take advantage of this available support in order to weather this storm. We successfully emerge from this pandemic only if small businesses are supported and allowed, well, actually more than allowed, actually encouraged to prosper. We want CEBA to be effective and to help as many as it can. But the responsibility of the Liberal government is to make sure the application process is smooth and clear and as timely as possible. So either the Liberals didn't anticipate the huge need for this program, which I find hard to believe, or they didn't make the application details clear enough for Canadians, and they didn't make it accessible. From the moment the hotline was launched, 3-hour wait times were reported to me in my riding. The latest I heard was actually 6 hours on hold. Many of my constituents did choose to leave a message, but have indicated that they didn't receive a call back within the specified time frame. So here we are. We're in the middle of harvest, and we know farmers simply don't have the time to sit on the phone on hold for 6 hours. None of them do. Their family members, everybody is out working to get the harvest off. In fact, I have yet to hear from anyone who actually connected with a human being on the other end of the line. So compounding these problems too is the spotty wireless coverage that our area of the country still experiences. Many farmers just can't receive a phone call while they're out in the field during harvest. It's not even an option to take a call later on when they're out on the field. And many simply don't have the bandwidth to be able to download the dozens of documents that are required for these applications. For those that try to contact their local banking institution to get help or assistance, they've been told they needed to call the hotline. What's most frustrating to me, though, as a member of Parliament, is that I've been told that I can't make inquiries on behalf of these farmers that are tired of staying on hold. In fact, the Minister's office told me that my constituents should just try calling the hotline later on in the day. Clearly, there's no ideal time to call, and they don't understand the workload that our farmers are facing right now. So the demand for assistance is just way too high. So obviously, this solution call later just isn't acceptable. And the fact that they won't let me call is very frustrating too. Our farmers are not being served well by this Liberal government during the COVID crisis. They should have either moved quickly to adequately staff the CEBA hotlines, or at least made it possible for members of Parliament to make inquiries on behalf of their constituents. So please take a moment to just reach out to Minister Ng's office. She's the Minister of Small Business, Export Promotion, and International Trade. Tell her that small businesses, and especially our farmers, we're way too busy contributing to our economy, stretching out every dollar, trying to keep their business afloat, waiting, first of all, to get access to CEBA, and now waiting for up to 6 hours on the phone. They need urgent relief. They need timely answers to their questions. So you can email the minister at mary.parl.gc.ca, or you can try and call her office. Hopefully you won't put on hold there. And if so, if you leave a message, that they would reply to your call. Her number is 905-479-8100. So as our farmers are continuing to bring their crops in, a lot of them are partially done, halfway through, others closer to being done. They're putting in very long days into the early wee hours of the morning. They need to stay focused and alert to stay safe. So the last thing they need is the pressure of knowing they finally qualify for support, but being held hostage by busy signals, poor connectivity, and a government that clearly doesn't understand or appreciate what they do for food security here at home and around the world. Thanks for listening. Take care. Stay safe. Give her a call.